What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that all of you guys are having an amazing Tuesday. So this is the season 10 Married to Medicine reunion, part 1. And I will say that all the ladies look beautiful, right? In the words of our late, great Shady Queen, Aretha Franklin, gowns, beautiful gowns. My favorite gowns would have to be from Dr. LaTeasha and Dr.Heavenly. I love the lace and the nude underneath. I think it's gorgeous. But yeah, all the ladies look beautiful. They brought it. So the reunion begins with, of course, Andy greeting everybody. And even before that, hold on, let me touch on one thing really quickly. I love Sweet Tea, especially since, she's the new girl. I feel like they were hazing her. It was giving, like her wanting to pledge a sorority, right? And one thing I can say about Sweet Tea, she has held her own this entire season. She was putting up pictures of, Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon back when they were younger. And a side note, Dr. Damon looked really like his physique was impressive. He looked really good in his prime. He still looks great, but he was a snack. But anyway, I don't want Dr. Heavenly coming after me because y'all know she's crazy about her husband. But yeah, I love the fact that Sweet Tea holds her own, Andy asked her if she was ready for the reunion. And of course, her and Heavenly were going back and forth. Heavenly asked her, are we going to get sweet tea or are we going to get Long Island iced tea for this reunion? And Sweet Tea was like, well, we got malt liquor over here. Yes. Yes. She is the only one who stands up to Heavenly. And I'm so here for it. Heavenly, for her whole stick about being submissive to her husband, she is antagonistic to everybody else. You know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of Monique. She reminds me of Monique, who is just on one spectrum talking about, oh, this is my daddy. They both call their husbands daddy, by the way. And, this is the head of my household, ain't got a job. At least Dr. Damon has his own practice. But she's extremely submissive to her husband at the detriment to everybody else. She treats most other people really poorly. And so I really feel like, again, not a psychologist, but I've taken a whole lot of psychology classes. That stems from some childhood trauma. And actually, I commend Dr. Heavenly because she has been very open about her childhood trauma, but that's where that comes from. I just clocked it. When I was processing it, I'm like, she reminds me a lot of Monique. But let's keep going. Okay, so Andy jumps in and he talks about the elephant in the room, right? He talks about, Quad, Miss Quad. I have to be honest, y'all, and I was split this season because I felt like the casket stunt was a bit over the top, her popping out of the casket. I don't feel like Quad got a fair shake this season, especially at this reunion. I feel like they really piled onto her, from her being flown all the way out to Napa. And then once she got there, not only did Pheadra lie about changing her flight, which Andy, asked her about that at the reunion, but, them sending her home. And Andy asked her, like, what happened? What was going on? Why did you change your flight? You didn't want to be next to Quad. And Phaedra's like, well, I don't want to align myself with the Titanic. And Pheadra is not going to do nothing else. She is going to give you an old Southern belle, nice, nasty read, okay? She was sitting right beside Quad, didn't look at her, okay? But she said, I didn't want to align myself with the Titanic, right? So then, Andy asks about Phaedra bringing Quad to Sweet Tea's bachelorette party. I feel like, Quad addressed online via her Twitter that she helped Phaedra secure the next 3 seasons, her contract for the next 3 seasons on Married to Medicine. And my question is, I guess I don't know. I guess yeah, Phaedra is just going all around the NBC universe because she was on Ultimate Girls Trip. She was on The Traders, which I really liked her on The Traders, and for the next 3 seasons on Married to Medicine. But in the words of my dear creator of the show, Mariah Huck, you're not married to medicine, my love. Like, she's not a doctor, nor is she married to one or even dating one. We saw the the guy who had the clown emoji, but we never really saw his face. So I'm wondering why she would want to stay on the show. But anywho, moving on. Speaking of being, antagonistic, Andy did question Dr. Heavenly's basically putting Toya on blast at the Met Gala, right? While she was microphone in hand, made everybody in the room aware of the fact that Toya did not donate the $1,000, which was, in my opinion, it was really tacky and classless. I mean, I understand that, she was upset about her not donating the $1,000, but that wasn't the time or the place, nor was it, I guess, that big of a deal. If they say they got it like that, and we see, that they are very affluent women who are doing very well for themselves, $1,000 is not going to make or break the bank. Like, she just wanted to embarrass Toya and Eugene, which to me is just, it speaks to her character. Like, Dr. Heavenly is not one of my favorite people at all. Andy was trying his best to show her, he was like, it's like saying I hit her, but it's because I'm a bully. And Heavenly's like, yeah, she agreed. And I feel like, again, going back to my Monique analogy, I feel like because Heavenly was also a plus size, girl, like she said, she was chubby. She had a really hard childhood. She felt very lonely. I feel like that wound that's unhealed comes out, and it's just constantly projecting onto everyone else, especially other women. And it's just like, you don't have to. I wish you would sit down with Dr. Gregory. Now, he is a psychiatrist, and maybe get, a little nice pill sometimes to have her chill out. No, I'm joking. But I wish Dr. Heavenly would heal, because being a 50-something-year-old bully, that's not cute. That's not a good look at all. Now, I will say I did like the moment between Quad and Toya. I felt like Quad's, apology was very sincere, and she was defensive, and rightfully so, because I feel like they really have been, ever since Quad made that statement about the Women on Sister Circle, which was canceled, but the Women on Sister Circle being her true friends, the women have been dogging her out ever since. And, she apologized for saying that, the Toya and Dr. Eugene were thieves, and just, the cheating rumors, all those things, right? And Toya, being protective, she was saying that she was accepting, but she was doing it in a very Detroit type of way. And so she's like, no, Quad, listen, I'm saying I agree with you and I accept it. They were trying to mend. I feel like they needed a third party. Like, they were trying to mend and heal and apologize. And Toya was trying to accept, but there was just so much hurt there that it's going to take time. It's going to take time, definitely. I didn't like Dr.Simone jumping in, talking about her niece. She was screaming, as Dr.Simone often does, at the top of her lungs. And you could tell when Dr.Simone brought up her niece that was a pain point for Quad. And Quad was, you could see her verbal, nonverbal. She was saying like, no, but Simone kept going, as Simone does, talking about her baby niece who passed away in her pool. And that was unacceptable. Like, that was just wrong. I don't even know what else to say except, Simone was wrong for doing that. When someone is, has especially a baby, and that situation happens, you don't bring that up to that person. I was going to say period, not on national television, period. You could tell Quad was crying, wailing, sobbing, and the only person that was there to give her comfort was, Pheadra, who was fake as a $3 bill, which is why she did so well on Traders. And then Dr. Jackie, of course, they brought Dr. Jackie her statements saying that she thought that Black women cried wolf, and that really affected her practice. After meeting with Vice President Kamala Harris, it was just disappointing. I understand, Dr. Jackie's in the boomer generation, and they have a lot of internalized misogyny and internalized racist ideologies, a lot of anti-Blackness. Older Black people, a lot of them are socialized to be anti-Black, and I get it. I understand that there's a lot of indoctrination that happened when they're young. But for her to say that she thought that Quad is the one who leaked it, I was like, it's still on Heavenly's channel. Check Heavenly. That's why I like Sweet Tea. She is the only one, I'm telling y'all, in this group that will stand toe-to-toe and check Heavenly. Why is the video still up? That would be my question if I was Dr. Jackie. Not to Quad, to Heavenly. Anyway, you guys, I enjoyed the reunion. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, aces. Bye.